So Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, we just did the Impressionistic Jared episode. That one turned out to not be a review, so...
Yeah, not really.
Not exactly.
No.
We're trying to, kind of playing around with the format on that one a little bit. Ended up being more of just,
Fun.
just fun.
Kind of, it's just...
Yeah, we didn't really critique anything, so we're going to do that here.
Yeah, officially.
Officially. What was your introduction to Ace? Do you remember the first time you saw it?
I don't. No standout time anyway. I mean, I do remember watching it growing up. I watched the second one more, but yeah, I don't have a definitive moment. I just know I know the film. Impersonating Jim Carrey and stuff like that with my sister. And what about you?
So I was actually introduced to Ace through the animated series, and we actually watched a couple of them the other day.
We did. The first that I've ever seen.
Yeah. The guy that did the voice for that is actually, he's actually pretty good.
I just looking at, because I think you showed me the intro first, and I was like, how's this guy gonna do? All right.
Yeah.
And then I was very impressed by the time we got done with the episodes.
Yeah, they showed a commercial that they were going to show the movie on TV, so I didn't even know it was a movie before the cartoon. I saw Jim Carrey basically moving just like he does in the cartoon series. I'm like, this guy is awesome. So as a kid, I was just hooked, and I started doing all these impressions and...
Oh, movie quotes.
Movie quotes, yeah. So
yeah,
that definitely, we have that in common. That stuck with us. So yeah, that's why we started with Impressionistic Jared, because that's kind of what started my brain going with maybe I should be an actor, maybe I should get into some kind of role in filmmaking.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's perfect because, you're so used to impersonating and movie quotes and all that stuff, so it's very fitting, very perfect. Mm-hmm. Very perfect.
Did you know that Rick Moranis was the first person they had in mind for this movie?
Yeah, I think I'd heard that before, and but not till recently. I didn't know that, no.
Yeah, other guys were like Chris Farley and Judd Nelson, Alan Rickman as well. He may or may not. That one I'm not entirely sure, but... That's
interesting. I thought I'd heard, if Ace were to be a female character, it would have been Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, I heard that too.
But it's hard to imagine anybody other than Jim Carrey doing it.
Well,
you can't.
Well, then, especially before Jim came on, it was kind of a different script, because when the producers of the movie saw Jim Carrey on In Living Color, they approached him. Then they also gave him a bunch of creative liberty. Like, he could just kind of do whatever he wanted, like mold and sculpt the script to fit his brand of comedy.
Sure.
And
nice.
This is actually a pretty serious movie.
Yeah, it gets dark.
It gets very dark.
In some points.
It gets very dark, but I like the juxtaposition of everything else that's going on is normal and dark, kind of real life situations. And here, right in the middle of it, here's just this guy that just does not give a shit,
He's very unabashed, just unapologetic for his behavior.
Yeah.
No.
I just absolutely love that about this movie.
I love it too, yeah. I just does not care.
Yeah, whereas the second one, the whole movie is kind of a setup for the jokes, the Jim Carrey jokes. It's really not that serious of a plot, whereas this one, yeah, it gets very real.
Yeah, it talks about some serious issues and just, the twist. Who saw that coming?
Yeah.
I mean, really, that's pretty crazy. And
then you read about it too. There's a lot of backlash from people that are transgender. Kind of this movie puts us in a bad light, and it makes us all look crazy. Well, I always kind of looked at it as Ray Finkel being transgender. He made himself a transgender because he's crazy.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I thought it was a pretty interesting part of the movie.
Yeah, although Jim Carrey's very homophobic remark, Jim put that in the script. He was like, I purposely want this to be
just over the top.
Just to the point where nobody could possibly take it seriously.
Right, and that's kind of Ace, though. I mean...
Yeah.
Nothing he does or says you could take seriously. I mean, nobody exists like that in real life.
Right.
I mean, they might. Who knows?
Well, let's hope not.
Let's hope not.
I have to throw this out there. Has the best introduction to any character in any movie, really. It's just high octane. He's undercover. He's trying to save this little dog. kind of disguised as like a UPS worker. You know, the dude catches up to him, just smashes his car in. It's just a high-speed It's just, yeah, you kind of know what you need to know about this movie after you see this. You know what you're in for.
And it's wonderful. One thing about Ace is that he's known for his crazy driving. But it starts with that guy beating up his car after he dog naps, and it's like his car just consistently gets more and more beat up.
Yeah.
And he's just
out the window. But he doesn't have to drive up to the cop station at like 60 miles an hour.
and drifting into his parking place.
Like a glove. And yeah, the interaction with Mr. Shikadans, his landlord. That's just one of my favorite parts. And that guy, you'll also recognize him from Breaking Bad. I wish I knew the character's name on Breaking
Salamanca.
Bad. Salamanca? Okay. Yeah, he gets to blow up Gus with his little dingy bell, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. It's great.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler! Oh, darn.
Who hasn't seen Breaking Bad?
Go watch Breaking Bad.
Yeah, absolutely. Go watch Ace first.
I was going to say Ace Ventura, too.
So then all the animals in the apartment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was always confused growing up. You know, you don't get things. And, you know, they always showed him jiggling the keys.
You don't get things.
I don't get things. And I never got that until I was older and watched it. And I'm like, why does he do that? I mean, I knew they focused on it for a reason, but it didn't click with me when I was younger. Oh, yeah, it's like a signal to the animals.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's pretty brilliant.
Yeah. And also, the animal trainers that had to have been on set for that, like, you know,
I never thought of that.
Yeah, Jim actually said in an interview, like, wow, the animal trainers, yeah, they were on point. They had them all under control and all that. They actually had to tie some of them to the floor. I don't remember which animals he said it was, but, you know, two of them would just want to start attacking each other.
Another thing I wanted to mention is the Cannibal Corpse concert.
Yeah.
That's Cannibal Corpse. Mm-hmm. And that's really awesome. Jim Carrey wanted the score for the movie to be like heavy death metal, and
yeah,
they didn't go for that.
But he did get Cannibal Corpse on there.
Yeah, that's great.
And actually, there is a deleted scene too where he goes to that a second time.
Yeah.
And he actually gets to be a part of the show.
Oh yeah, he's up on stage, just getting the crowd all riled up. It's great, doing his in his Jim Carrey way.
Yeah, he's just trying to get rid of the bad guys at that point and get the crowd all riled up for it.
Hey,
yeah,
good plan.
We'll get into more of those later, but I'm pretty sure they were just cut for pacing.
Okay.
Extended cut.
I was just gonna say that. Took the words out of my mouth.
Like I said, in Impressionistic, it's already there, so, you know.
Just put it out.
Mm-hmm.
People will go for it.
Oh, for sure.
And it adds to the movie. If you don't want to see it, then go buy the one that doesn't have it.
Heinz very wet.
What?
That's the dolphin trainer name.
Say it again?
I can't.
It's a one and done kind of thing.
Kinda, yeah.
Aye.
So yeah, then he gets there. He gets hired on to like find this dolphin, and he goes to inspect the fish tank. Captain's log started at 23.9. Rounded off to the something.
You know more than I do. I just know. Can't get over that noise. It's great.
Well, then the drain pipe, he's down in there. That always. Yeah, something like that.
This is my close-up for you guys. It's a great scene. I just, do you know him? He's got you at home. Do you have to do something? I just love that. Dolphin squawk.
Also, the bug squash.
Splat, splat, splatting bugs is where it's at. Splat.
That's so great.
What the hell's that? What's his name?
Aguado.
Aguado? Good call. This is like one thing about that. Aguado is this huge dude, and Jim Carrey is just this skinny, lanky guy, and he just manhandles him and just throws him right to the floor.
Like it's nothing, yeah.
Like it's nothing. So Ace must be a strong guy, and actually James Rolfe made that same observation in his review for it.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, he doesn't look like much. I mean, just down to his skinniness, the way he dresses, how dorky he is. You would not think that he's a badass, but he's actually pretty badass.
Well, yeah, then he's like going after that pigeon, trying to get that $25,000 reward, and he falls off that building, which is easily like 3 or 4 stories.
Yeah.
Just lands in this hard pile of trash, gets the wind knocked out of him. Then he's going on about his day, like,
I'm okay.
I'm okay though.
And his interaction with Einhorn at the cop station, like, they do not like each other.
No,
It is very clear, and they probably couldn't be more opposite. Like, she's just straight laced, angry.
Yeah, it would be kind of interesting to see like a prequel or like some sort of like previous backstory to that, because it's like, they've obviously interacted with each other before. Mm-hmm. So, spoiler alert, but like, Ray Finkel takes on the identity of Lois Einhorn after the real Lois Einhorn goes missing, or he kills her. I don't really know, but...
Yeah, it just says missing, so,
So, yeah, he assumes the identity of her, but did Ace know the real Lois Einhorn before that? Did they also hate each other? Not,
Yeah, that's not really clear.
That would be interesting.
I feel like they, unless, they were doppelgangers or something, I mean, did they look like, they didn't have a picture of the one who went missing, so... Who knows? Because, I mean, she just pops up, boom, I'm Lois now.
Yeah, like... This is obviously like a missing person, so like Ray Finkel did a really good job disguising himself.
Yeah, except for
Captain Winky.
Yeah, I was gonna say Captain Winky. So Ronald Camp's party, the one he attends with Melissa. I don't know. It would be really hard for me to choose like a favorite scene, but all that is just great. They, use the dun 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 dun.
Oh, the Mission Impossible, yeah.
And he's just
just
being a dork, and
that's also the funny thing about Ace is like, okay, why are you doing this? Because there's literally nobody there to watch you. It's like, you're just doing this for yourself.
You do this shit while no one's around.
Yeah, and he does. He's got like the biggest ego alive. Like
he kind of does, but kind of rightfully so. He's just weird, like not in a creepy way.
Yeah, he's usually he's usually one step ahead of everybody.
Yeah, he's very smart, and
even though like at the party he kind of screws up and he thinks this Ronald Camp guy has the dolphin, ends up getting attacked by a killer shark.
Shark attack! This shark is like a maniac!
Oh, that's great. Just the shredded pair of pants and...
Yeah. But then, like, just his whole diversion to get, like, out of there is just... He blames it on the caviar. Like, he's just really gotta take a dump, like, 5 minutes after they get there.
Right. Like, this is a super high-class...
Yeah.
Party, like black tie, and he's just...
Yeah, he's supposed to be like the master of disguises. It's so obvious. Like, well, that's like when he's doing that investigation to find the ring that has the missing gem. One of his disguises is just, let's just put a black man's beard on him, like.
And it's super horrible, like sticks out like a sore thumb.
But yet he thinks he's being like.
He thinks he's being clever.
Mm-hmm.
That's maybe Ace's only downfall is I'm a master of disguises, but I don't know how to do it very well.
Well, yeah, then in that the animated series episode that we watched, he disguises himself in a giant bunny suit. Like
your face is hanging out.
Like,
that's the part you want to hide.
And his wisp of hair is hanging out.
That's kind of like, I'm against the wall, nobody can see me.
I think the part in that whole party scene, though, that gets to me, and this, is... This had to have been ad-libbed by Jim Carrey. I think Kieran in the Cinemassacre review brought this up on rental reviews, but Jim Carrey's just walking along. He's walking up behind the cello player, and he's just...
I actually don't think that I noticed that either. Until you pointed it out when we last
You
watched it.
you didn't notice that?
I don't think so.
That's
If I did, it's because I'm not as familiar with
That's
that
always
one.
been one of my favorite
So
parts.
maybe that was just one of those things I didn't pick up on. I don't know.
Yeah, you got to remember, I watched it religiously as a kid, so I never have to see it again in my life.
I'm like
But-
that with the second one. The first one is more, yeah.
And speaking of Ace just being one step ahead of everybody, well, I mean, to be fair though, like Lois Einhorn, I mean, the whole movie is spoiled if you're watching this, but you know,
Yeah.
Lois Einhorn is there. She is obviously the one who killed Roger Predactor, but she's also the head of the police station. So let's pass this off as a suicide.
Sure, yeah.
You know, but Ace just gets there. It's like, yeah, he just deduces within like 2 minutes of being there. He's just listening to everybody talk around him. Finds this random spot of blood on the railing. He takes a look at the glass sliding door and notices it's double pane soundproof glass and just all this stuff. This guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
Like he could legitimately be,
a detective.
yeah,
Which he kind of ends up being.
kind of,
Kind
yeah.
of, sort of, yeah. It's
Yeah,
pets,
but-
humans.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
but-
If there's a case, man, Ace is gonna
Yeah, Ace,
solve it.
Yeah, but Ace even says, like, you know, to Melissa, when she says, you know, why don't you just join the police force? He's like, I don't do humans. You know, that's just not his deal, but he obviously could.
Yeah. Much to Lois Einhorn's dismay.
The other thing, too, that I really like about this one over the second one is there's, like, a few moments where Ace actually shows, like, some real genuine human emotions. Well, like when Melissa gets that phone call that Roger Predactor had committed suicide, you know, he comes up to her like he's going to apologize because he was kind of a D-bag to her right before that. That's one moment of just subtle but very genuine, like I'm dropping, you know.
The dork act.
Yeah, yeah.
Not act, but
But yeah, I mean, you know, it's one of those less is more things. It's just a couple of instances where you can just see this guy isn't all just BS. You know, there is a real genuine person with a heart in there, you know.
so I know that Ray Finkel's house when he visits Ray's parents is kind of a favorite scene of yours
Yeah,
in a different way. Yeah, like
it definitely creeps me out. So he enters Ray Finkel's bedroom, and you know, there's all of this crazy stuff like Dan Marino died, and there's
this out just all over.
yeah, like pictures of Dan Marino with like arrows going through his head and stuff. It's just it's super dark,
Like a sick shrine.
very sick. That music that's playing in the background, it is very creepy. Like
It's kind of spine tingling. Yeah.
a little bit, yeah. And so I had this dream years ago that I'm just in my house doing my thing. I forget what I was doing in the dream, but all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, I hear like that same music from the movie just kind of like emanating from the basement, like just randomly. Like, what the hell's going on in the basement? Like, I was afraid to go down there in the dream. It was just really weird, but it just gave me goosebumps and like it like jolted me awake.
Well, that'd be pretty creepy music to have in your head while you're sleeping.
You know, ever since then, like I get just this choked lump in my throat every time I hear it. So yeah, you know, bravo, Ira Newborn again. That was
Yeah, it's so different from the rest of the movie too.
it's like the movie turns into a kind of, I don't know if you'd call it like a horror or a thriller, but like it.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
were to just see that scene from Ace Ventura, you would not think that this is, you know, super goofy comedy at all. It
Yeah, Ray Finkel's mom, who is the lady from Ghostbusters,
Alice Drummond.
Alice Drummond, yeah. That's cool. Ghostbusters is one of my all-time favorites as well. I actually didn't know that that was the same person as in Ghostbusters for like the longest time. I kind of suspected it, but you know, yeah, I didn't know that until the Cinemassacre review of it.
Yeah, I don't think I knew that either. Until then.
And then, you know, going back to his crazy driving, you know, he's got that big chase when Dan Marino's getting kidnapped. Catches a bullet with his teeth.
Just like it's nothing.
Yeah, this isn't in like the extended TV cut, but I guess when he flips the car at that, he actually gets like knocked unconscious. I forget what he was supposed to be dreaming about there, but it was something. I think it had something to do with the pigeon. I'll have to look that up. Maybe he's getting attacked by a bunch of pigeons or something like that. It was something like that. So when you see him in the car going, whew, that was supposed to be like his reaction to the dream, and then he starts the car up and takes off again.
Oh, wow, I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, I don't even think I've told you about that before.
No, that's news to me.
Yeah, I just thought of it. Extended cut, please.
Yes, I need to see this.
Yeah, let's make a 2-hour version of Ace Ventura. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I can imagine, though, that there's probably 30 different takes for every single scene, and they're all different. Like, you could probably put together a whole other movie out of everything that they had for it.
Well, yeah, Jim Carrey doing different goofy things, and then nobody being able to keep a straight face.
Yeah, Melissa.
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox, yeah. You see her crack a few times.
And they, they play it off like with the scene or whatever. But I'm like, oh my gosh, it must have been tough. Just, I can't do it.
I just can't do it, Captain.
And then speaking of Courtney Cox cracking up, like when they visit Shady Acres Mental Hospital, he's doing the...
That's another one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. Yeah, he's doing the slow-mo, and then he reverse acts it, like the instant replay. You can just see Courtney Cox just holding back her laughs during that. The other one that always gets me too is when he just slams his head on the bench.
The head slam wasn't as hard as it sounds, but
I don't know. I
don't know either.
I think Jim, when he commits, he commits.
He really nails that bench.
I think so. That sound sounded pretty organic to me.
Like he probably should have broke his nose.
Maybe there's an outtake of just blood gushing from his face.
I did it, man! I got the shot!
Let's do it again.
In case the first one wasn't good enough. Hang on, let me get rid of the blood. Hang on.
There was also like a deleted scene where Ace is on the phone talking to Emilio, giving him the tip-off of the newspaper article that he had found. So he basically asking Emilio to, investigate his boss. Mm-hmm. And he's got that patient behind him just mocking
super
him on
old
the phone.
guy.
Out of all the scenes that were cut from the movie for pacing or whatever reason they were cut, I think that one was actually kind of important.
I think so too, because they show Emilio just, I'm digging through my boss's desk for no reason. Why would he be doing that if, and then finds that note, and it's like, well, what prompted you to do that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, while we're on deleted scenes, we already talked about Ray Finkel's house, but there was the
scene at the bar.
Yeah, he pulls
right
up.
before.
Yeah, he pulls up to the gas station, and there's this like super lonely, depressed guy running this old, beat up gas station.
Middle of nowhere, it looks like.
Yeah, and then
Collier County.
Collier County, yeah, I'm wearing the shirt. There's even more deleted stuff after that, where that poor lonely guy like commits suicide or something. Yeah.
Did I miss that?
No, it's not in the scene.
I'm like,
yeah.
What? Wait a minute, when did I miss that? Deleted scenes of deleted scenes.
Which that may have been a little bit too dark, but I think the interaction with that gas station attendant was actually pretty funny. And then he gets to the bar, and then
it's a sad place.
The most redneck backwoods of backwoods bars, like
depressing as hell. Just
yeah, and then here comes a guy with goofy hair and a Hawaiian shirt and whatever the hell kind of pants he wears. I don't even know what those are called.
Yeah, I don't either.
But they almost remind me of parachute pants. Yeah, he finds out really quickly when he starts asking about Ray Finkel that they don't care for him. They had lost everything that they had betting on that Super Bowl, and they ask Ace, are you a friend of Finkel's? And when he guesses yes, they want to cut him.
They just start hauling around him, and
yeah, they got like a shot of like the telephone that Ray Finkel had made a phone call from when he'd come back home or something. It's just caked with bullet holes and which I think that one should have been in there too, because that's gives you a little more backstory with Ray Finkel's character too. So I think that one should have stayed in as well.
Yeah, I think so too.
But then it got to the gender reveal stuff, and then I was just like, what the hell am I looking at?
Yeah, I think as a kid you're kind of like, what what's going on? What's a hemorrhoid?
I kind of thought it was just like a tumor or something.
I'm not sure what I thought it was when I was a kid. I just didn't get it.
Yeah, when I was putting Impressionistic Jared together, I had to put that little censored blur over that because new to this, I don't know what I'm allowed to show. But I ended up having to look at that a lot closer and a lot longer than I ever thought I would ever have to. And yeah, you can actually see a penis in there. It's
the shape.
It's like wow, it's really stretched out. That must be uncomfortable.
You know, it's not like she was able to just tuck it in there in front of everybody. What is it, tape there?
Yeah, I don't know.
Poor Mr. Winky.
Poor Mr. Winky.
Or Captain Winky, yeah.
Captain Winky,
Captain Winky. That's just so great. You don't expect it because you know she's a he, it's Finkel.
Right.
So you're not expecting that. Like, you're expecting, like, you know, some tissues to fall or something, and there they are. He's
right.
Just, like, screw me. What now?
And then it just ends with, like, one of the best scenes of all time. Beating up the other team's mascot. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be the Philadelphia Eagles, but I'm not sure.
I think so.
Any thoughts?
Closing thoughts?
Yeah.
Of course. I love this movie.
Hit me. Okay.
What were you going to say?
I was just, before you said that, I was going to be like, hit me with it. I'm like, oh, okay. I did not have the same feeling that James Rolfe did. I did not hate this the first time I saw it. I absolutely loved it and have ever since.
I think I did too. I was just so enamored with, he moves like a cartoon character.
So yeah, I can't imagine there's anybody out there that hasn't seen this movie, but if you haven't...
It's probably not many, no.
Yeah, if you haven't, check it out. If you have, watch it again, because it's funny.
Yeah, watch it.
Because, I mean...
Quote it.
Yeah, and with all the crap going on in the world right now, everybody needs a good laugh, and this will give it to you for sure.
Everybody needs more impersonations. Alrighty then.
Really?
Like a glow.
We already did the montage, so we're cool.
Get the montage.
Yeah, go watch the other video.
Yeah,
it's
way better.
yeah, yes it is.
As far as impersonations.
Well, yeah. So yeah, this is our first review like this, and we are kind of doing like a rental reviews type.
It's just inspiration, you know. We do like to give credit where credit is due.
Of course.
You know, and those guys are great.
But yeah, anyway, if you like what you saw here, hit the like button. If you hated it, give it a thumbs down. Leave some nasty comments. I guess I don't really care, but
whatever you feel like doing with your day.
Yeah, if you really want to subscribe so you can continue to make nasty comments on our videos, go for it.
I'm down.
I don't care.
Are you?
Are you up to the challenge? Okay, we should probably not actually ask for bad comments, but yeah. Anyway, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's Ace.
That's a wrap.
Okay, fine.
Good.